Hey everybody, my name is Kendra Vick and I'm an exercise physiologist at the Rec Center. Today we are going to be talking a little bit about how to work out while you're traveling. We've all been there. Sometimes it can be really difficult when you're on a trip or you're on vacation. You want to have fun, but you also kind of want to get your exercise in. So we're just going to talk about some different ways that you can do that. There are plenty of different options. You don't have to go crazy. You know, when you're on vacation, you want to be able to relax, and you can do that, but also stay healthy and get your exercise in. And then on the flip side, sometimes you're just traveling for work. It's not really a vacation, and you still want to get that exercise in. So this will apply for all different types of travel. Whether you're traveling somewhere where you can take some equipment, you know, sometimes you can take resistant bands, little loop bands. You've probably seen the glider, the little discs that you can use. And sometimes you travel places that have a hotel gym, and that makes it easier. So it just kind of depends what you're doing and where you're going, but there are plenty of different options to make sure you're staying healthy and active while you're on a trip. So the first tip I have is probably common sense, but just trying to walk more. So if you're going somewhere where you have to drive, maybe try to walk to different places a little more. Parking farther away just to get those steps in. You can also research different trails in the area. Sometimes that's kind of fun just to see the local trails and parks that different places have. It can make it fun because you're switching up the scenery. So be sure to check out different local parks and trails that you can find. And those are also great family options. So if you have kids, you can also bring your kids along. Look into renting bikes for the day, renting kayaks if you're going somewhere with water, different stuff like that. It's all physical activity. You're moving and it's working out, but you're also having fun and getting to see different sights. So that's number one. Number two is kind of a lump of a bunch together. The first being, make yourself a plan. So make it a priority, just like you do when you're home. You have to be able to say, okay, my goal is to work out twice or 3 times on my trip, depending on how long it is. Make it a goal, tell yourself when you're gonna do it and stick to it, and have a plan of what you're gonna do. So don't just say I'm gonna work out twice, but then not have an idea. Maybe write down or find a workout online that you can do either body weight style, or if you have a gym available, write it down so that you have it and tell yourself, okay, so on Tuesday I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do this workout. That way you don't have any question about it. You know when you're doing it, and you can get it done that way. And then to go along with that, it's figure out what works for you. So if you're on vacation, maybe waking up and doing it before the day is your best option, because otherwise what happens? Life gets in the way. You go about your day and you don't want to stop what you're doing, or you get too busy, or you find something new to do and you don't have time to work out. So make it a priority. Maybe it's doing it before breakfast. Maybe it's doing it at lunchtime, or whenever it is. Maybe working out at night works best for you. You just have to figure that out for yourself and write it down somewhere. Tell your family or whoever you're traveling with, hey, on this day at this time, I'm going to spend 20 minutes doing a quick workout. And you can invite them to join you. That always helps too, having somebody else do it with you. And again, we're on a trip. Maybe we don't want to spend a lot of time working out. So do high intensity interval training. It's a shorter amount of time, but you're going to get the same amount of burn because you're doing it at a higher intensity level. A lot of people let high intensity interval training scare them because it sounds scary, but it's just going at a higher level for you. So you get to choose how intense you work out. You just want to make sure it's more intense than normal. So a lot of times you could do like a Tabata style workout. So you do 20 seconds of an exercise, you get 10 seconds of rest. You go through that 4, 6, or 8 rounds, depending on how much you want to do it, but you have to go really fast during that 20 seconds. So if you're doing squats, you could add a squat jump to it. If you don't want to jump, you just speed up your squats. So you just do them really quick, boom, 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 for 20 seconds, and then you get a rest. Doing the high intensity interval training when you're on a trip is really great because, again, you don't want to spend a lot of your trip doing the workout. Nobody wants to do that. So if you just tell yourself 20 minutes out of the day, that works. You're still going to get a great workout in. You're still staying active while you're on a trip. And so you're hitting all your goals there. Another option is to break it into little components. So if you want to spend 30 minutes working out, you could do a 10-minute break in the morning, a 10-minute break at lunch, and a 10-minute break at night. It doesn't have to all be together. Again, it's finding what works for you. Maybe that doesn't work for you. Maybe you know that if you do your 10 minutes in the morning, you're not going to want to do 10 minutes at lunch or in the evening. So you have to do all 20 or 30 minutes in the morning. That's okay. It's whatever works for you. There's just tons of different options. Some people think that you have to do the 30 minutes of your workout all together, and that's not necessarily true. You can break it up over the day. You're still getting those minutes in and you're still moving. And sometimes that helps you because then you feel re-energized after that 10 minutes. It's short, so anybody can commit to 10 minutes. It's very short, it goes quick, and then you get it over with. So those are just some different options. Another one to kind of tie along with that is we all know on vacation we like to splurge with our food, and that is A-okay. I love to also splurge on my food, but one thing I find helpful is to not go crazy at every meal. I try not to tell myself that just because it's vacation I can eat whatever and whenever I want, because then when it comes to working out I don't feel very good and I don't want to work out. So I usually try to eat a decent breakfast, a good lunch, and then I usually try and splurge for supper, or you just try to splurge for one meal instead of all three, because otherwise I find myself feeling really sluggish and I don't want to work out. And so I just try to have a well-balanced diet, eat some healthy snacks throughout the day, but then also have a little treat every now and then, because that's the point of vacation and trips, is just trying out the local foods and seeing what they have to offer. So you definitely don't want to cut that out completely, but also know that everything is good in moderation. So hopefully that kind of gives you some different ideas of things you can do. My biggest thing, the biggest takeaway is just like you would do at home. Make it a schedule and a priority to do it while you're traveling, if that's what you want to do. If you tell yourself, hey, I don't want to work out on this trip, that's okay too. It's just all about making sure you know what you want to do in your head before you go. That way, when you get there, you have no excuses, you're ready, you have all of the workouts that you want to do, you know when you're going to do them, and you're all ready to go. Hopefully that gives you some good ideas, and hopefully you've been enjoying this little program throughout the month. And again, my name is Kendra Vick. I do some classes in the virtual gym, so if you want to hop over there, I do senior classes and cardio classes. Hopefully you have a great day. Bye guys.